Group here, and today we're going to be talking about the 401k and some of the things you should know about it. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right on into it. So most people don't know, but the 401k came into existence in 1978 when it was voted into law by Congress. Now, who did Congress put in charge of the 401k? Well, 401k actually refers to subsection 401k of the IRS code. So actually the IRS is responsible for creating and managing the 401k. Remember, this group right here is in charge of getting as much money from you as possible, yet they're managing your retirement plan? It's kind of strange. But that's 401k is subsection of the IRS code. Now, something to consider though is that 73% of people believe the IRS is not doing a good job. Also, our country is $19.9 trillion in debt. So most people don't have a lot of trust around this, yet most people are using a retirement vehicle that was put in place by this group. So something you should be aware of. All right. Let's see here. So most people think that your 401k is 100% tax deferred. Right? 100% tax deferred. That's actually not correct. It's not 100%. What is deferred is actually federal and maybe state income tax, depending on your state, income tax. So that is what is deferred. What is not deferred is actually Social Security and Medicare. You still pay 7.6% on these two things on your 401k contribution. Most people have no idea about that. So I want to make sure you're aware of that. Okay. All right, let's see. Why does the 401k exist? Okay. So originally, companies or employers had pension plans. All right? This is obviously pre-1978. So your company provided you a retirement plan and they managed it. Now, what happened was is eventually they realized that for the health of the company, this was not a good vehicle. So along came the 401k, and suddenly these companies realized that they could take the risk and the responsibility that they were in charge of and move it over here to the employee. So the companies were able to offload the risk and the responsibility to the employee, which most people don't realize that's exactly what happened. And most employees don't manage their 401k the same way that a company may have managed the pension right here. So something to keep in mind. Something else about 401ks is they are limited. They are limited on what you can actually contribute to it. So they're limited to, typically it's $18,000 per year. So you're actually limited on what you can put into your retirement plan. That's not a good benefit. Now, obviously, this goes up as you get closer to retirement. And also keep in mind that you might have employer contributions, and so you should take advantage of those. All right? But you're limited, so keep that in mind that that's not a good benefit that people don't realize. Let's see, what else? Executive bonuses. So one of the reasons why the 401k was actually thought about and put in place is that it was for executive end-of-year bonuses. It ended up becoming a retirement vehicle, but that wasn't the real reason why they actually created the 401k. It was for executive bonuses. It just ended up becoming a 401k or a retirement plan. But that wasn't the real intent of it. So, poor returns. So most people don't realize that the 401k typically does get poor returns. On average, it's between 4 and 6%. Okay? That's not really a great return for your retirement plan. Also, if you have a 1% fee tagged on somewhere, so let's say you have a 401k provider that has a fee of 1%, or your mutual fund manager has a 1% fee, that right there can drop this down to 3% or even lower, and that can equate to hundreds of thousands of dollars over your working career. So those are dollars that you don't get in retirement just for a simple 1% fee. All right, something else to consider is that the average balance of a 401k right now, so the average balance is around $96,000. That's not a huge chunk of change when you're considering retirement. All right? Now consider this also. let's say you do have $200,000, in your 401k at retirement, and you're going to withdraw the standard or traditional 4% over 30 years. Now, there's a lot of variables here, but let's just keep it simple. So, $200,000, 4%, 30 years. That equates to approximately $8,000 per year in retirement dollars. Now, I don't know about you, but most people cannot survive off of $8,000 per year. Yet this is the vehicle that most middle-class Americans have in place to retire on. So I hope the point that you're getting is that if you're not doing something outside of your 401k or in addition to it, you should be. All right? So hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them below, and we'll get the answers to them. I'm also going to put a link below for our newsletter, and I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next video. Thanks.